Yeah, you roll it? Nice. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, episode 300. Jeremy Scippio.
Let's get it. 300. Damn, 300 of these?
Dude, I started this basically like 4 weeks after I started comedy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, me and a buddy of mine in Boston.
I haven't done anything for 300 days straight. Anything.
300 weeks, not 300 days. I don't do shit dailies.
Well, not straight on the days, but just the consistency.
I know. This might be my longest relationship. This podcast. Where did you start?
Shit. Great question. Cincinnati, but technically Kentucky.
All right.
Because right across the river. Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, what?
You're talking about comedy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, like, when you start masturbating,
life,
13.
Where did I start?
9. Well, I got an early
I started in my father's balls. But I've said that to people before, fucking around with them, see their reaction. Like, oh, where you from? My dad's balls. What? Oh, where was I born? I was born in New York.
I'm my dad's 12 kids, so I got a late start.
12
kids? Yeah, man.
And what number are you?
12. I'm a 12th child. Yeah.
How many boys? How many girls?
Man, 4. Well, 5 boys and 7 girls. But,
and how old is your oldest sibling?
Ooh, okay, because I'm 34, so
she's 78.
My dad's 82.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the oldest sibling. Ooh, that's a good one. 60 something, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you do the big Christmas thing? Does everybody come back? That's a lot of fucking people.
Come back. What's back?
I don't know. Wherever your family lives, bro. Wherever your family lives.
No, we all over the place, baby. We international. You know what I'm saying? I got Australian relatives. No, I was playing. No, it's hard to get us all in one place. So
12. Were you fighting for attention and shit?
No, I grew up. I still grew up in a single parent household though.
Okay.
So it's just I'm my mother's only child, but I'm my dad's.
So what is now a traditional American family essentially?
Me and a Pop-Tart.
No, I'm saying I feel like most family I grew up.
Oh, you saying this? That's the modern
now? Now.
Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, okay. I thought you were saying so. What is the modern? I'm like
broken, scattered about.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like I like expressing that just because I think people have this stereotypical belief of what a family looks like and what it should be. But to me, I think is it broken if it was always broken? You know what I mean? Just people could hide their kids easier. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That was the mark of a successful man to have 2-3 families then. Hidden families.
Well, they would also only show you back in the day, on TV and shit, and in books, it was the mom, the dad, the 3 kids. They didn't really describe. I feel like the reporting of the way things are is just more accurate and more in your face.
Yeah.
Things are always fucked up. But, things were always weird. There was always complicated relationships. There was always, whatever political problem, whatever fucking social problem. It just wasn't reported. Now everyone's problems are on Instagram.
Yeah. Because, I even kind of used to hold it against my dad, but I'm like at least he know all his kids. Well, at least the ones we found. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. I'm the found one. But I'm just saying, most of them, you get it later and it makes a better story to be like, oh, you my long lost child, or, you my, because that's how it was, There was the nicer families that, you just found out you had siblings out of nowhere. Me, it was like a quest. Okay. I had these siblings, but I had to meet. I think I met my oldest brother when I was 18. That was
oh wow! I wish I had some more siblings out there. Maybe one of them's rich. You know what I'm saying?
Rich.
I mean, probably not if they're related to me. But there's always a chance. Yeah, right? There's always a chance. That is true, though. I was just thinking about that. Back in the day, think about TV shows back in the day. They would show not normal families, but Married with Children or Roseanne. They would show average American families. Mm-hmm.
The nuclear, they call it the nuclear household.
Yeah, the nuclear household, but they weren't super, today's TV shows, everyone is super, I feel like everyone's just independently wealthy and they don't explain why. You know what I'm saying? You ever watch a movie today and everyone just has a dope house and no one explains what they do for work?
Yeah. I remember when the Carmichael show came out, that was one of the criticisms. They were just like, what does he do for a living? He has his own apartment and all that stuff,
Yeah, well, it all started with Friends. Yeah. I feel like when they were just living in that fly apartment. I mean, they had some bullshit excuse about being rent controlled, but
I know Ross was an archaeologist. What everybody else do?
Was Friends not big in the black community?
No, I watched every episode. First of all, reruns was my shit. Reruns are always big in the black community. I still
watch a lot of reruns right now.
Yeah, reruns, bro. I never watched it when it was actually a mainstream show. I watched it when it was in syndication. Every TV show, you name it, except for MASH. MASH is trash. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
MASH. MASH is pretty boring.
I would never watch MASH.
I didn't even know you were old enough to. I mean, you look pretty young for fucking.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on? You got a fly in your head?
Yeah, there's flies. Yeah.
Uh oh. Who took a dump and left it here? No.
Yeah. But
I don't think you're old enough to remember MASH.
MASH. Well, I watched shows that was over my time. Andy Griffin and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What was your favorite from back in the day?
Favorite? Fuck. I mean, my favorite TV show of all time is Martin.
Oh, Martin's fantastic.
Yeah,
Martin's
which
great.
is at that time the modern I Love Lucy. That dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to give it to Martin. I have to give it to Martin. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of it like as an I Love Lucy, but it really was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Same shit.
Yeah,
I mean, like, although I Love Lucy was weird how they slept in separate beds and shit.
Well, that was just. I think that was of the times.
I know it was of the times, but like even at the time, people must have been like, that's not how we sleep. Like it's not fucking summer camp. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a happy marriage. It's like just like I'm gonna sleep on this side.
I do think there is something to be said for having separate bedrooms. Like I mean, like if you're not waking up your partner in the middle of the night, that's obviously if you're a comic coming home late, whatever, you're fucked up. You snore when you're drunk. You have your own bed to crash in.
You're describing
that actually be ideal, dude. If you had like one sex bedroom and then you each had your own room.
A sex bedroom, like not just the bedroom, like it's the sex
room.
bedroom.
Yeah, it's the guest bedroom too. It's a sex swing in the back.
Every room in my house.
It's a Sibian plugged in. Like,
this is the sex kitchen. This is the sex. What about the other kitchen? Like we don't cook there. We had do you see them stupid man, I used to be so against like just whatever modern internet is, but now I'm so caught up in the fucking TikToks and Reels. Do you see the ones where they like cut stuff with a knife and sometimes it's cake and sometimes it's not?
Oh, I have seen that. Dude, there's a whole show on Netflix about this. It's called Is It Cake?
Is It Cake?
And
and it'd be like a turtle, like, no, baby turtle. Like oh, that's just cake.
I wonder, I mean, like, did the guy who came up with that make $1 million? Is this like $1 million idea? Because it seems like I feel like if I would have thought of that, I'd be like, there's no fucking way anyone's gonna buy this idea.
Yeah, man, we live in the era of nobody's gonna buy. Oh shit, thank you. It's a show on. And then there's so many streaming services now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like when I was driving here, I saw they had a billboard for CNN Plus.
Everything's plus.
We don't need a CNN Plus. Like
it's already 24-hour news.
As
I'm saying, they have a 24-hour news channel. It's like in case you want more news than the current news. It's like, wait, what are you holding out from the regular news? If you want this good stuff, it's behind the paywall. It's
it's the news Patreon. Anderson Cooper's sex tape. Patreon.
Anderson Cooper's fucking Don Lemon on CNN Plus.
Don Lemon. Oh shit. You want to see the slap XXX? You better subscribe to CNN Plus. plus. No.
Anderson Cooper sucks a BBC. CNN Plus.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't get it, bro.
They're not even creative too. CNN Plus, HBO Max. It's like their names are terrible.
Well, I think what's going on is the distribution of power, and it's going to make it to where you have to get all these things, which are essentially just going to be apps on your phone. You can call them whatever you want, but nobody's watching.
That's what they want.
Yo, I tried to watch. I remember I used to watch stuff on a laptop with people. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you want to watch? The homie just was like, "Yo, that's gay."
What?
For two men to watch. This is new to me. This is a new generation. To two men to watch something on a laptop.
Were you guys watching gay porn and jerking each other off?
No,
it's not gay.
No. I just wanted to watch. I just wanted to watch a movie simultaneously, like with the other person. But you're not allowed to do that no more.
Yeah, he wasn't sitting on your lap or anything?
No, it was very heterosexual environment, I thought. But I just like, hey, you want to watch this on the laptop?
Who is this guy? Why is he so tuned into what's gay and what's not?
Everybody got their own like.
I didn't know looking at a screen was gay.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
So if I showed you a YouTube video on my phone, I'm like, yo, check this out. That's gay.
You can show me as long as it's on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
But how close can I?
If your laptop,
okay, how close?
We just can't watch it at the same time.
So you can't look over my shoulder.
Nah, bro.
Like so I have to turn the camera around for not to be gay.
You're offending me right now. Bro,
I'm me tooing you,
bro. You're showing me your phone on what, and you can hand it to me, and I can watch.
Yeah, just hand me your phone.
I'll be like, all right, this is cool. There you go, Randy.
This guy. You know what's funny though? Like when we were like, I'm in my late 30s. Like when I was like 10 years old, everything was gay.
Well,
like doing your homework was gay.
Yeah, it was a general insult. And
I know, but it's funny that he brought it back for watching TV. Somehow that became gay.
I'm telling you, when the homie did that, I just was like, yo, because I'm always late to trends. I'm like, oh, that's what gay people are doing, is watching things together. and enjoying a nuclear family experience. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We can't watch it on your laptop. Put it on your phone and just turn it around and let me watch it. Just hold the movie for me.
But yeah, I think that everything's gonna go to app form, which that was the whole point of demolishing cable, was with the streaming services. But there's gonna be so many streaming services that's gonna have them in a package, which essentially is what cable was.
Oh yeah, no, I've said this. I think I've said this before. That's what they're doing. Like, you remember like the Slap Chop, or like Ron Popeil's rotisserie chicken maker?
No, that sounds good though. What is it?
Those are like all those like infomercials from
those
late night infomercials.
Yeah.
It's like, it's you can get this for $169 or or whatever, or 4 easy payments of
$17.99.
Yeah. That's what the streaming services are doing. They're like, CNN, they charge us whatever, $5 a month, but it's all comprised in the cable bill. It's like, if we just all break it up, instead of charging them $200 in one shot, we all charge them $10. They're not going to notice that they're really being charged $300, and we just raise prices 50% or 100%. That's all they're doing in this whole thing.
Or you could do it like me and just steal it all.
Yeah, exactly. They're nickel and diming you. They're nickel and diming you.
Pay for my shit when it's on a streaming service.
So are you the kind of guy that uses other people's streaming services? You have other people's passwords?
I mean, I don't know, because I barely watch. Everybody says that. Like, I don't watch your stuff. And then you'd be like, well, how'd you watch that? What do I pay for right now? I get Hulu for free because I have Sprint, which is now T-Mobile.
All right.
Netflix, that's my chicks. That's it. That's the end of my whole streaming experience. Everything else is YouTube.
So I pay for my Netflix and Amazon Prime, but I have at least half dozen friends using my shit.
Yeah. I'll do a free trial for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you get the 30 days.
Yeah, HBO.
You got to remember to cancel it. They start banging you every month.
Yeah, I had HBO Now. I got free of that. Then there was HBO Max. There's gonna be
there was like 4 HBOs at one point.
They're confused. They're like, I don't know what we need to do to keep up with this.
Yeah, they're trying to get that monthly subscription fee, and I think they're also, like you said, they're trying to become their own app, because once they get in your phone, they can get all the data out of your phone.
Yeah,
that's what Facebook does. Like when you have Facebook open, it's not just tracking when you're using Facebook.
Yeah,
it's tracking everything you're doing on your phone.
Yeah,
people don't realize that. People forget that.
Right, and that's what that was a big thing with Apple. Which they started advertising like Apple's all about privacy, but like no, after you got caught,
after, like, hey, we're gonna be the one guys, exactly.
Yeah,
we'll be the first ones to not steal your data, supposedly.
Yeah, and actually, I was one of the shows we did in Seattle. We met with everybody. He was like, I asked a question. You're doing crowd work. Like, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm part of the tech community. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm part of the black community. I didn't know y'all had a community. You techual sexuals. You just fuck ATMs on the way here. Like, what are you doing?
It's also kind of condescending too, because I've done that before. Like, people ask like, oh, before I was a comedian, like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, I'm in finance.
Yeah.
It's a little condescending. It's like, oh, if I tell you what I actually do, you won't understand it. Tech community, it's like, hey man, you could just say, I'm a software programmer. Like, I know what they do. You know, like, you don't have to assume that because I'm up here with a microphone, I'm a comedian, that I'm a moron.
Yeah. Like, what type of comedian? I'm a clown.
I'm a prop comic. I haven't gotten to the props
yet. You wouldn't understand the complexity of, but no, the
slam comedy.
But the guy, he was saying that he worked in and I think when everybody gets drunk, they just start saying random stuff. So maybe true, maybe not. A lot of times, late night conversation, I just talk up the late night conversation. But this guy basically made the algorithm for, I don't think it's just Instagram, but other programs where basically after a while, YouTube and all that, where they basically configure a social identity of who you are.
So he created the algorithm that creates the online profile that is you.
Yeah. And what happens is I don't think this is new at this point. They slip in something, that you think is your idea, or you think this is something you want to look at. Yeah. But really, they
predict it based on all your other use.
Yeah, they just know it's basically forming your idea, your identity themselves.
Yeah, they sort of nudge you.
Yeah, they know, like, hey, this,
if he likes this, he'll like that. Let's make him think about that, and start showing you things about that, and all of a sudden you're thinking about whatever it is they want you to.
Mm-hmm. And he said he got to the point where he just said he it was too much for him, so he left.
I wonder if they can really like pull up a single individual, like if they could put if you were sitting at Facebook's headquarters and like, all right, you have complete access to all the files.
Yeah.
Could they pull up like a bio on Jeremy Scippio and like, this is what we got on you?
Absolutely.
But like, 'cause I know they can do it for like groups of people because they take one individual and like really hammer into your past. All right, here's all your relationships you've had. Here's all the people, here's all the people you've talked to in the last 6 months, and here's all the people you stopped talking to in the last year and a half, whatever.
Man, I'm absolutely sure, man. There's wild. Because it's a social profile. Your stuff is so traceable. People say they don't want to be tracked or traced or try to block it. If you got a phone, it's over, man. Every time you click on something, and it's addictive. The whole motion of looking.
They make it like that. Yeah. I actually was the last company I worked for was a retailer. Like we invested in a retail company, and we were putting out.
You fancy, just above. You're not gonna tell me what retail is? No, I'm playing.
Yeah, it was called Ashley Stewart. You might know it as a plus size women's fashion company.
Yeah.
But they were just like building up their online sales and all this shit, and they were trying to come out with an app and all this stuff, like all the modern shit. And they have a term that they use when they make apps called gamifying it. So like when you build like your shopping app, they want to make it seem like a game, so it doesn't seem like you're actually spending real money. They want to turn it into, like you said, like a casino, like a video game. You get the little reward. So they literally turn it into a game. There's like a whole movement where they literally just want to have you addicted like it's a toy and detach you from the actual financial consequence of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So you blow a lot more money.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's really about taking money out of your pocket.
Yeah. And I think even marketing it towards certain people, like, I'm trying not to put certain people in my family on blast.
Just say their first and last name.
But no, it's just the whole concept of like people thinking, like older people thinking, like, oh, this is for children, right? Like those little games, little simple games where you could just press a button and you buy something for 99 cents. Some of them are for children, but most of them are absolutely just like a casino, and they're for adults. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see him playing. Yeah. Even my grandfather got into playing card games on the iPad. He was 90 before he passed. Like, but you get into it.
Yeah. I think it has stock in freaking Zynga. Zynga.
Oh yeah, Zynga, that gaming company. Yeah, that big giant online gaming company.
Dog, like literally, people, they pretty much all them little games. The ads in between shows, whatever. Then it just be like some little stupid game, and like it'd be like you are a pimp, now pimp that hoe, and it'd be like, and you be like skip.
That game sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean they be doing that like, yo, you're on the witness stand. It's like, you snitched, you lose 500 points, and it'd be like, you just go skip ad because you want to go back to watching Simpsons porn or whatever, But when actuality, some people click on that and they get lost in that game, and it's not really designed to do anything but make you click on things and buy stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's also a numbers game, right? Like even if the game sucks, if you blast it out to 1 billion people, if 0.01% of them, that's like 10 million people that they're gonna start playing that fucking game.
Yeah. Because people are stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
And the proof of people are stupid is how many people have gotten hacked, quote unquote hacked, their Instagram account hacked recently.
Oh, my man Fanto just went down because he clicked on a link like a ding ding.
Man, look.
I love you, Fanto. I'll have you on the show soon, bud.
I don't call that hacked. That's stupidity. I'm sorry. yo, the people that got the videos like, yo, if I give you, I gave this guy $9 and he gave me back 9,000. Why you lying?
Yeah.
Why you lying?
That.
Why you lying? And then I had to ask the homie, I was like, yo, why are you doing this? He was like, they said they'll give me my account back.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I've been on the internet since 1997, dog. Like, just stop putting all your real stuff on there.
But you know how much that fucking would hurt, though? Like, if you built up a big following and then they snatch your account from under you?
Yeah, put your identity and self-worth in something. No, stop. But they don't stop.
Well, we're all trying to build a fucking fan base.
They're not hacked. They give out the information.
That's a good point.
Because they literally say, like,
they're gullible.
Or click on a thing. Like,
gullible.
Oh, I don't know. It never happened to me. And when it does happen to me, you can turn this against me and be like, yo, Jeremy, you stupid. But, yo, every time they tried to get me, it's been some obvious ass shit.
Yeah. Mad obvious.
Come on.
I'll give you 10 Bitcoin. Click this link. It's like, come on.
Yeah, come on. Bitcoin, man, look, you know what? Every crowd I do, I just be like, yo, how many Bitcoin millionaires is in the crowd?
Oh, now, yeah.
I just want to know. I just want to see. You know
I wonder, I feel like, obviously, a bunch of people make money on it, but a lot more people didn't make money on it that claimed to have made money on it. There's a lot of people fronting out there.
You mean
a lot
lying?
of fake Bitcoin millionaires. Yeah, fuck, exactly, lying.
Yo, I used to do.
They made like 14 grand. Like, yo, I made like 600,000 last year. It's like, bro, you had one good month. Calm down.
And look, things come in waves and stuff, and I'm not saying you can't. I don't know. I'm ignorant in that area, but I'll just say that I used to do taxes, right? And one thing I love about I used to do taxes at Jackson Hewitt. Not
Look
proud
at you.
of it at all.
We'll get into the 30 jobs you had before this.
I've actually been very fortunate with jobs. I feel bad for people who like No, just always had like really shitty jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've never had to do like something super duper shitty. But Jackson Hewitt to me was low. In my brain, I thought as long as I was working like an office type job, then I would be like considered successful in this society.
Yeah, as long as you have to put on a uniform for work.
Yeah, bro, that is in a cubicle. I thought, but no, this job's
which
trash.
is funny because cubicles are pretty fucking depressing.
Yeah, man. This job is trash. Jackson Hewitt's one of the worst jobs I ever had. I shouldn't say that. Maybe it's not. But
it's all right. They don't sponsor the show. Fuck them.
But Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, Liberty Tax, man, they're like, I always say they're like the McDonald's of the tax industry.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. They think they're doing like some type of, high-end banking by getting their taxes done.
Because people are so scared of their taxes.
Yeah.
I have an accountant just because, it's a lot of work. And I don't want to, I'd rather pay an extra $300 and not have to worry about it, make sure somebody does it right, than me goof around and fuck something up. You know what I'm saying?
Get a CPA, ladies.
I have a
gentlemen.
CPA. Yeah.
Get a CPA. Don't be afraid of it. Don't go to these little places. They're going to charge you more in the long run. Oh, my God.
So they don't have any CPAs on staff when you go to these places?
They're not CPAs. This is a fucking program. There are people who took a tax course who needed money. The sign flippers, those guys, those are the people who are doing your taxes when you go to these places.
Oh, my God.
And also, these places are loan companies. You know how it's always...
they give you the payday loan. It's like, hey, you got a $2,000 rebate coming from the government. We'll give you $1,800 now. As you walk out the door, and they keep the $200. They keep 20%, 10%.
It's called a tax refund. This is money that the government technically owes you because you've been paying taxes this whole time. Yeah, I've been going. I don't know. Anyway, but
it's all right. I've trashed my old professions many times. They got it coming.
Well, it just to me, I just be wanting people. It's just helping people. What's
yeah.
And if you do go to these places, know it's being sold. You're being sold a loan. Your money comes in later. That's why you have to do your taxes by April 15th because your money is released. Or around like May or something like that, whatever, like the first week of May, and then that's what the whole process is getting that money to you. If you get your money earlier, like freaking because they even got it to the point where those commercials, they'd be like, "Oh, it's my money, I want it now." Come on down to bro. This is a scam.
Give you an advance.
Let's give you advance, and if your shit doesn't pan out, the taxes that you do, if they don't pan out, they'll just come get your money, and then they'll charge you just like a interest rate on the loan. It's like you'll be in debt with the IRS and them.
Dude, I feel like the government. I know we got away from the first question I asked you, but I go on tangents on this podcast. I don't give a fuck. It's a free flow.
I hate taxes.
That's what I'm getting into.
Sorry.
It's almost like the government went into the business the mafia used to be in. Like the lottery.
Yeah,
paying your taxes, loan sharking, like the banks do. The banks do loan, like these payday lenders, and Jackson Hewitt doing payday loans. I mean, you're paying like a 3-point vig. Like you're paying 200% a year.
Yeah,
on your tax refund if you don't pay it back. If you don't pay it back immediately when you get your refund, like they're extorting you.
Yeah, but we have to know what extortion looks like, and even like the parts of town that they put these places at. They put it in places to make it seem like you're doing better. But. Like I said, just like you have a personal barber, you know what I'm saying? You get a personal CPA person, and it doesn't cost as much as you think it does. You know what I mean? But if you don't know, you don't know. That's why I spread the word. That's the one little flaw in our society. I feel like, it's just.
There's a lot of flaws.
Well, I say that
every week I got a new one to fucking rail about.
Well, I just say in the concept of. You as soon as you get your W-2s or your 1099s, you go, I gotta go to H&R Block. Like you don't even think twice about it. I gotta go to H&R Block, and it's like, those aren't the places to go. There are people who went to school for this very thing.
Yeah.
That you throw them a couple
that are
of
licensed.
Bucks. Yeah, you throw them a couple of bucks, they help you out. You know what I mean? All you have to do is know the system. You know what I mean? That's it. And I'm not saying the system's easy, but I'm just saying that.
They set it up complicated. I mean, think about this. Like the U.S. government knows how much you owe in taxes.
Yes.
They have the right to throw you in jail if you don't pay it.
Yes.
You pay them first, and then they pay you back if they took too much in taxes.
Yes.
But then at the end of the year, they're like, all right, let's play this little guessing game. Let me see if you can get the number I have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like they could just say, hey, this is what you owe.
Yeah.
And that'd be the end of it.
Yeah.
But they want to see if you're going to lie to them. And then they
right.
And then they come after you. They're like daring you to lie. It's like, of course I'm going to lie.
It's right. It's for the big people to get over. It's a game. It's literally a game. It's a game. It's an algorithm up there.
It's pretty gangster that they get paid first too. Like when you get paid, they get paid.
Well, a lot of people don't know where our money goes to. A lot of our money goes to like this war effort, this Ukraine-Russia stuff. That's where the majority of our money goes to that's like
right. Something like a third goes to healthcare, a third goes to the military, and then the rest is bullshit.
When the government borrows money, because they're borrowing money. That's what the term that they're doing. You know, they borrow money from two places. From China, as we know that, you know, now because people are more political now because they own a Facebook account. And
that's all it takes.
It's all it takes. You're a licensed professional.
Once you get a Facebook account, you're a life coach, a licensed therapist, and you're a political expert.
Yeah, I mean,
all in one day.
Yeah,
immediately.
Forget the 12 years of high school and whatever college or crap, you know, education, that thing that you paid for. No. Just have a Facebook account and you know all the shit. But yeah, that and then the war effort. That's where our money's going to. And they're borrowing it from China and from us. That's where it goes. But you know, it's the switcheroo to make it seem like it's you, not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing that weirds me out, that like trips me out, that people don't realize is like a big welfare program. You know, because everyone's talking about like, oh, you know, especially during the pandemic, and everyone was getting all the unemployment money. Like,
that's welfare. You know, that's my favorite topic.
I know, but I'm saying, but people are complaining about it. It's like, oh, we're wasting all this money, blah blah blah. It's like, well, you know where most of the money that we spend goes. That's actually like a big welfare program to defense contractors and, you know, and other industrialists, is spending on the military. Like, so we don't, like, all the money we spend on the military doesn't get paid to the troops.
No.
Most of it goes to contractors like Boeing and Lockheed Martin and Raytheon to make missiles and guidance systems.
BAE Systems. Another job I worked.
You know, or to Halliburton to rebuild places we flattened. You know, like that's where a lot of the money goes. Yes. And that's a big welfare, because we don't. Arguably, we wouldn't need to rebuild Iraq if we didn't flatten the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was money we didn't need to spend, but that was hundreds of billions of dollars in no-bid contracts that were given to corporations, and they're the benefit. So there's like, it's okay to give out corporate welfare, but you can't give out like money to the people.
No, because you
can give tax breaks to all the corporations, but you can't cut, you know, the working man a check.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, all right, look, if you're going to complain about one, you have to complain about the other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're upset that people got checks to sit at home during the pandemic, then you should be just as upset that, you know, Raytheon got paid to build missiles for a war that most of us didn't want to fight in Iraq. Yeah. You know, that most sane people thought was a waste of time.
Yeah, we're bailing them out. You know what I mean? We're helping them out. They had a projection. They missed that projection, and they need more money, so they borrow from the government. You know, and we know there's no real checks or balances when it comes to that.
Nobody. Yeah, I don't see anybody auditing the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't the IRS checking up on the government's books? It's like, hey, guys, wait a minute.
It's, you know
how is there nobody who goes to the Congress and says, what's up with this budget, dude? What's this $400 billion that we don't know where it's going? Like,
it's the system that I always kind of came up with this idea, because I just for me to understand it. If I were to own said independent business, right? And this independent business is technically a monopoly, or even if there is competition, it's very small. But regardless, I made it to the top, right?
Yeah.
My first child that I have, right? They inherit the business. What do I automatically make my second child do?
Work for the company.
Well, technically, they're working for the company.
So you could pay them money. I mean,
well, the first child is
taking over.
Taking over, so you don't need.
Well, that, I mean, if they need to get a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they're going to get a job. The second child goes into office and creates laws that benefit the company.
Yeah, he becomes like the attorney, the lobbyist, something like that. Well, there's also the revolving door, right? I mean, like people who work for the EPA then go work for energy companies, and then go back and work for the EPA. I mean, same thing in finance. Like every chairman of the SEC has worked at a big investment bank on Wall Street. You can't get that. Like every Treasury secretary has been on Wall Street. You can't get that job unless you've been on Wall Street. But it's like, but the people on Wall Street are the people who have obviously the most to gain or lose.
Yes.
By the decisions of the person in that office.
It's just incest, bro. That's all it is. That's our governmental incest, and you know, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, I mean, look, that's the funny thing. It's as fucked up as it is. It's still better than most systems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's better than. I mean, like obviously China. It's just one guy. You know, he's like, this is what we're gonna do now. You know, like, pretty much him and the Communist Party, Xi and the Communist Party.
Yeah, but it's just understanding it all and how it ties into it. You know, that's what I've been very fortunate with the jobs I had. I'll say previous to me doing stand-up comedy, because you know, I worked in taxes or whatever, and then I started working at this factory, BAE Systems, where
you did work for a big contractor. Okay.
Yeah, they made military tanks and vehicles.
I think they call it heavy machinery when they export it, but it's weapons parts.
Yeah,
like just guns and firearm and
that's the thing.
weapon systems.
I wasn't sure that where I was at was actually making the weapons per se.
Yeah.
Because that
they have 1,000 pieces.
But yeah, essentially, I mean, these are killing machines. I mean, the tanks. That's what it is. And the part I worked in, we made the windows. We worked in the glass plant. We made the windows for these vehicles, whatever. But when I went in there very ignorant, just needing a job. But
whatever it takes.
Yeah, but just kind of finding out the intricacies and how the things that happen in the government affect my day to day.
Yeah.
Because especially on a projection basis, because they'll go they'll
get if they give you more funding, your job just got contract got extended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So directly watching voting happen, that process, and then 6 months to a year turnaround, and then boom, they're making announcements like, "Hey guys, there's an increase." This is how they fire people in these companies. They go, "There's an increase of workspace."
meaning get the fuck out. Meaning your space is now empty.
There's decreasing work around they use these terms.
Oh yeah, they go in and out.
Yeah.
Well, it's all legalese. They're trying to avoid some shit.
Oh man, it's super smart. I'm just like, well, if you listen, I just was like, but yeah, I just say it's kind of funny, and this is why I'm stuck being a quote unquote political comic. Not on purpose.
Are you a political comic?
I don't mean to be, but shit. I mean, I just to me,
well, it's just whatever's on your mind. I never thought of you as a political comic, but I guess it's what it's what you talk about it. I don't know. I guess I'd call you more cultural than anything.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really see you going up there. You're not like Bill Maher.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I look at it like Jerry Springer, bro. I'm like,
dude, Jerry Springer. I mean, fucking your guy. Isn't he from Cincinnati? He's the mayor of Cincinnati.
Well, he's not from Cincinnati. I just actually.
Well, he was the mayor, wasn't he?
But he was the mayor of Cincinnati. Yeah.
He's got. I don't know if the listeners know about this. So Jerry's backstory is so great.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know where he's from?
I don't know where he's from.
Yo, he's like British or some shit.
Really?
Right, and it makes his face make sense.
Yeah. Doesn't explain the accent, but his face sure makes sense. Yeah.
I was like,
that fucked up haircut.
He got that English face
with those thin rim glasses and shit.
Yeah. But no, you're right. No, he was the mayor of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and he got popped smoking crack, freebasing cocaine with a hooker in a hotel. And I mean, is there anything more American than your politician getting caught with a hooker and cocaine?
Right. He was successful in the '90s. That was just part of it. That was like, you didn't.
I'm almost annoyed that politicians are getting canceled. Have gotten canceled for that. Then, when politicians can get away with what they get away with now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nancy Pelosi and both sides of Congress were completely against any rules barring them from insider trading, because Congress is allowed to do that legally, which is crazy.
Wait, do what? Insider trading?
Yeah, so they can invest in industries with which they regulate. So they can pass a law that restricts banking things. But they can trade ahead of that.
Wow.
And they've shown something like if you invest in. Like if you built a mutual fund that tracks all the investments of Congress, you'd be beating the market by 20% for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Because they trade ahead of all this.
But that makes so much sense.
Yeah, a bunch of them bought Pfizer BioNTech stock before the vaccine was released. A bunch of them sold businesses they knew they were going to be hurt right before the pandemic closed everything down because they were able to vote on the shutdown.
Yeah. What allows that though, other than them being?
Well, they have an ethics committee that says they're going to internally investigate, but internally investigate means nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that means
all
right, you clear.
Yeah, it's like when cops say they're going to investigate themselves. Like you can't have that. Like no one. If you're gonna lie, there's no way you could properly investigate yourself. You have to have an outside investigator. You're gonna lie. It's like like if your girlfriend's saying, "Hey, I think you're cheating. Let me investigate. I'll get back to you." No, I wasn't cheating. But how the fuck? I'm gonna take your word for it. I was very thorough. I went through all my DMs. I swear they were good. Take my word for it. I'll see you later. It's like what? That's the internal investigation. Play that shit with your wife. See. See how good that goes.
I need to investigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a blue ribbon panel. Me and my boys. Me and Jeremy and Jeff. We're gonna get a little blue ribbon panel. The three of us are gonna see if I cheated. And look, they're independent. They just because I chose them doesn't mean
there's a jury.
Look, he's black, he's white. It's fair. Just because they're my friends doesn't matter. Of course.
I just heard. I don't even know how true it is because I just read stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They said that cops avoid having their cameras investigated or basically released to the public because basically if they play copywritten music. So if you
they can't release it to the public.
They can't release
it. So they just play it in the fucking car all day.
Yeah, just play it.
Brilliant.
Yo.
See, man, I like a good loophole. I like when people work a good loophole. Obviously, you want cops to be on the up and up because they're cops. But the fact they got around that, I think, is brilliant. You got to give him that one. Say, all right, you got me. You got me.
I was clever. I'm just like,
you got me.
All you have to do is beat somebody's ass to like a gangster soundtrack. Like, you like this music anyway.
Yeah. What if they beat you to like a fucking Drake song? It's like, can you turn to something harder, please? I don't want to get beat looking like a bitch.
I'm like, I wonder who's the first person that found that out. Like,
well, I mean, think about that. Like, no worker would want to have a body cam on when you're doing anything like that. Right. Even if you're Jackson Hewitt. If you fuck off, you don't want them to see like, hey, I'm checking my fantasy football fucking score.
Oh yeah, I gave everybody a discount, bro.
Yeah, you give it away. Yeah, you giving. It's like when I worked at McDonald's, you give the 12th nugget. You know, just give them a couple extra nuggets. Fuck them. Fuck this place. But think about it. Like the thing with the cops, it's even worse for them because, I mean, think about how much money they were able to take from people. You know, like bribes.
Yeah.
And look, and I'm not saying obviously I don't want police corruption, but if a guy's willing to offer a bribe and the cop takes the bribe, the guy's not mad, the cop's not mad.
It's a victimless crime.
The DA didn't know about it before he pulled him over. So technically, it's as it was before it happened. To be fair. So he's like, fuck, man. That's like, that's like an extra $2,000 a month I'm out now.
Yeah.
And no wonder cops are quitting. Like, they need that money.
and that's how some systems infrastructure is set up. It's bigger than that. It's like you even mentioned the mafia earlier. I mean,
I love the mafia. Yeah.
Come on, that's all interconnected. That actually made me think of the whole Jussie Smollett situation. Whatever.
Oh my god. How did he not bribe the cops? Hey guys, can we look the other way? I'm looking pretty goofy here.
Well, they wanted you. I'm pretty sure that's what happened initially because they let him go and then they brought him back in.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The DA got like almost had to recuse herself because she was like friends with him. Like, hey, I can't.
Dog, look, Jussie, I think obviously he's guilty and I think that situation is trash. But the Chicago Police Department using him as an example, like, trust y'all, come on, as fucked up as y'all record is, like,
yeah. Well, Chicago famously has the strongest union. Like they're I forget what it's called, the Brotherhood of the Police, but Brotherhoods of Administration, something like that. But they have like
the KKK.
Exactly.
Okay.
No. I mean, look, a lot of those cops are black guys. I mean, Chicago's just that's the thing about police departments. They're if not even more diverse. Mm-hmm. Problem is, once they're on a team, like black cops, white cops, they're all cops. Mm-hmm. It's like, yes, we're comics first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend you if you said something on stage, not because you're black or white, because you're comics. Hey, you took a shot.
Yeah.
So like I have your back in that, and they have their back in that way, and that's part of the problem. That's the thing you have to sort of to fix any system, you have to weed it out internally.
Yeah.
You have to decide like we don't want to be like that. Someone else can't say you shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
It's like a junkie. Yeah. It's like, hey, you should get clean. It's like, well, I'm not ready to be clean, but when someone's ready to get clean, they get fucking clean. It's an internal process.
But I still, I mean, maybe because they just like the type of attention that they're getting off of this, whatever. But I'm like, yo, this ain't the one to me. You know
with Jussie Smollett?
Yeah, he made a prank call, bro.
But it just looks it just looks so preposterous.
Yeah,
and the problem is because it's a Hollywood star.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
absolutely.
It's like the Will Smith thing. Obviously, it's a it's a big deal, but it's also, who gives a shit? It's the Oscars.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying, son?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Like, it's a graduation ceremony that you weren't invited to. Why are you even watching this shit? That's the way I think about any award show. Like, if I got nominated for an Oscar, you best believe I'm gonna be amped to go to the Oscar. But if I'm not nominated, I don't give a fuck. If I'm not involved, why would I give a shit about it? It's like caring about Manchester United lost. Like, well, I don't care about soccer.
Yeah,
I don't. Like, it's not important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, in Middle America, can you believe, or not even in LA here, can you believe he hit him? It's like, yeah, he was fucking. Yeah, I mean, he got fucking ragged on for the last 2 years about his wife fucking his son's friend.
Yes.
And he took it out on a comic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the last straw. He was getting dunked on.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is all that happened is he got dunked on more on the internet. Now he made it worse.
Yeah, he's going through something so traumatic for himself. I'm not even gonna put it on anybody else because there is other elements that play. But
Smith.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to be
toxic venom.
Sheesh. Yeah,
trouble.
But yeah, obviously that was built up. But to be like, to hit Chris Rock, I'm like, it does make me wonder, But this is gonna unfold. This is gonna be on some OJ shit. Not in the sense of a murder, but in the sense of like there's gonna be 12 documentaries about.
Oh yeah.
Because I wonder what their relationship was prior to him to even feel comfortable enough to go and slap Chris.
Well, I was talking about it with Audrey Stewart right after it happened. She came on the day after, and we were laughing about it. Mm-hmm. And, I put it out there. I was like, people are thinking it's staged. And I was like, well, I think Vladimir Putin put Will Smith up to it to distract from the war. I think that might be something there. But that's the thing. I was like, even if that's not true, I'm bringing it up because I want to start that rumor again. Yeah. I want that to start going around the internet. I've repeated this for this reason, listeners. So start kicking that around. But I also think, like, from a practical perspective, when he's walking up, you would have to think like, oh, he's done some comedy. Maybe he's going to try and improv something, and like give it why I oughta and then walk down. But he actually hauled off and hit him.
Yeah, man. And it was still on some sucker move stuff.
I know. What's the black community's take on that? Like, as a black man,
because
white people are talking about black on black crime when this happened, like they give a shit.
Oh my God, black on black crime, man. What? I always say it's always more numbers than white on white crime. That's what we call the war.
Yeah, exactly. Every war ever fought.
Ukraine versus Russia is white on white crime. But me as the president of the black community,
me as the next Barack Obama.
No, I mean, they're too elite to me to even.
Well, that's the thing.
Like, some people, I mean, trust me, I know a lot of black people. A lot of people are trying to bring this home and relate to it, but you shouldn't, because there's so many factors. I mean, I say the biggest factor that's at play is Will Smith's privilege.
Yeah,
that's bigger than everything, because a lesser celebrity could not have gotten away with that of a certain race. Yeah. You know what I mean? Will Smith's
was big enough.
Hollywood legacy was to sit there, and the fact that simply people wanted him to win an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like other people could have got away with this.
Was that his first too?
That's his first.
Okay.
Yeah. Other people probably could have got away with
this. Very memorable first.
Oh, of course. And that's why he was really tripping. Yeah. But I think the other person that could have got away with that on that level is fucking Leonardo DiCaprio last year.
But he couldn't slap a black guy.
I mean, it depends. It depends on who's that black guy. That's what I'm saying. This is a specific situation. So people trying to relate it, it's so many facts. Yo, if that was Amy Schumer that Will Smith slapped, he would have been arrested.
Wild.
So
that would have.
It's too layered for your group. Your blanket observations, people.
Yeah.
This is very specific. This is like a bad '90s joke. Like, what if, exactly. This is a bad Chris Rock joke. What if Will Smith came up and slapped me at the Oscars? Yeah. I would just take it like you are Will Smith. Like, I would love to get slapped by Will Smith. You know how much money I get if I got slapped by Will Smith? I wouldn't say nothing either. I would just let y'all talk like, oh, he shouldn't have slapped him. Chris, why didn't you do nothing? Why didn't you do nothing? Because I need to buy a new.
Yeah, that's good Chris Rock.
That's a terrible Chris Rock.
Better than I can do.
But I'm just saying that, like, sometimes we have to take these social situations as an example of where our society currently is. You know what I'm saying? It's like our society is in this place where it's like, I really want to see Will Smith get an Oscar.
Yeah, but I think people just wanted to see drama. Like, that's the thing. Like,
well, they didn't want to see the Oscars. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. That became like everyone tuned into that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's weird. Like, there's a lot of hypocrisy in it, but also like the idea that like someone can say something about somebody else. It's like, oh, Chris Rock is punching down at Jada with alopecia. It's like they're all multimillionaires on top of the mountain. Like watching them smack each other is exactly why we tune into this shit. Like, people tune into a fucking a drag race to see a car crash,
right?
Not to see it win,
right?
We tune into the Oscars to see a nip slip, or some other fucked up thing, or someone say Ricky Gervais insult somebody and watch their reaction live. Yeah. Like, you watch for the car crash. We got the ultimate car crash.
We got the
and then people are like,
car crash.
I can't believe it. The trauma, Amy Schumer. The trauma. I'm gonna take a break from comedy and reevaluate my life.
Oh, is this Amy Schumer making it about herself? It had nothing to do with you at all.
Well, everyone always makes it about themselves.
Absolutely, it is weird.
Gilbert Gottfried today died today. Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried. But the only reason I know that is everyone's posting their photo that they took with Gilbert Gottfried. You
didn't post yours?
I've never met the man, and if I did, I still wouldn't post.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have it.
No, but that's the thing. Like something happens and everyone tries to like, what can I get at? Like, how can I get a piece of this shine?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying, man. I posted my DMX picture, bro. I mean,
well, that was a big loss. I mean, that guy was a real gem.
Man, yeah.
Nobody cried like him on TV.
He was
fun. The ugly cry.
He was the truth, bro. Dang, it was something.
When he bugged out.
Yeah. No. T.I. before we.
Oh yeah.
T.I. getting booed. What'd you think?
I mean, stunk.
Oh man, look. So I have this thing where I go, okay, bad comedy's bad, terrible comedy's amazing.
Oh yeah.
And I also Googled seats at arenas because I always want to do Constitution Hall in Washington D.C. That's like my dream spot to perform at. It's a 3,700 seater.
Wow.
And it looks huge. I love it on camera. Chris Rock did it, and Cat Williams and Eddie Murphy, and it just looks great.
Yeah, classic place.
Barclays Arena is a 15,000.
I know.
He got booed by 15,000 people.
You know,
the ego you have to have.
I know. Well, that's the thing to get to bomb like that. But think about it. Like Donnell made a good point about it. He's like, yo, man, I've never met a guy like what over Mike, is going to pay for his own private jet to fly out to potentially bomb that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then the joke that he was bombed, because that's also what makes it a bomb too.
You got to respect him for at least trying.
But the joke, it was like if he was talking about something near and dear to you, and then people wasn't feeling it, like it rejected. He was just like, yo, well, you. He said if she go in the restroom in a gas station bathroom, and she sit her butt down on the seat, and you hold it just like this, and I'm like, yo, are you talking about women's hygiene at a gas station? Like, yo, he's
bugging out. Yeah. But look, like I said, I can't imagine even wanting to when you're that already. Like, he's already on top of the mountain. Like, why bother? You know what I'm saying? Like, God bless him. If in that respect, like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I respect him as a comedian, and he's been on shows. He's followed me at the Improv.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he
nice guy though. I met him a couple times. He did, yeah.
No, he's
fucking sweetheart of a guy.
He's officially in the comedy community.
He's doing it.
He's addicted
which
to
is
the
crazy.
pain.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, but I mean, but like obviously, like I said, it's there's a lot of like weird jealousy. Like he's taking other comics' time. It's like, well, no, if he's not funny, eventually other funny comics are gonna like. If you're funny enough, you're not going to be denied.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're the fucking killing it every time, you're gonna get noticed.
Yeah,
it's not like T.I. is gonna keep Bill Burr off stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like eventually, you're gonna if you're good, you'll rise up. So it'll be fine. But like so, any other comic, male or female, will be fine. But like I said, for him to want to do that, like it must be a weird. Like I can't. I'd love to have him on. And be like, what the fuck are you bothering? Like what is the?
Hey man, you just gotta do what you get. Hey, why do you do what you do, huh? Why you like asking me? No, he feel like he'd be offended by that question.
I know. It's like sorry, dude. I just wanted to know what drew you into it.
No, I mean, I have to give him that comic stamp just because it seemed like he's just addicted to the pain. Because
that's what I'm saying.
Sadly, the quality of comic doesn't dictate, the occupation. It's just the fact that you're willing to get back up there again and again and again and again.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Seinfeld said something about that once. He's like, the comedian's like the only job that the first time you do it, you have the title, and the first time you do it's going to be the hardest time you ever did it.
Yeah.
Like everything, like when you're like when you want to be a doctor, they don't just put you into surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Like you train, you build up to it.
Yeah.
Comedy, they just put you on there, and then like the better you get, the easier it gets to do it. Like the more you suck, the harder it is. Which is like the inverse of basically every other job. Like,
yeah.
Like you start out at the hardest level and it gets easier.
Yeah.
Whereas most of the jobs, like it gets progressively harder.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's wild about that, but.
Yeah.
Let's do a little news before we get out of here.
Okay, cool.
I always do some fun local shit. The New York Post always delivers. Sexperts debunk G-spot orgasm button myth. It's actually 5 zones. So listen to this. Generations of humans have been fooled by the commonly accepted G-spot theory, according to new research released by leading sexual health experts. Now these professionals are considering renaming the elusive erogenous destination, which they call the G-spot, to the orgasmic area. Some shit. Oh my God. What? There are 5 erotic zones inside the vagina, they write. We suggest the term G-spot is misleading. The G-spot was coined in the mid-20th century after German gynecologist Ernst Grafenberg, who's the first to describe the orgasmically volatile region. But apparently it's now 5 regions. Which is, listen, Elon Musk, before you even get into this, these guys launched themselves to space trying to land on Mars.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out the vagina yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we should spend a little more money down here before we spend some more money up there. Like if we don't know how to make them come, maybe Elon Musk, you should study the vagina and figure that out.
So I've been privy to date my first girlfriend. Why am I saying this on camera? I don't think I ever have.
It's all right.
Screw it. My first girlfriend was a squirter.
Congratulations. Your first, huh?
First girlfriend.
How old are you? 10, 12?
No. I mean, I don't count high school stuff. I've like,
high school stuff.
I don't count high school.
You banging high school girls when you're 10? What a legend.
I'm talking about like my first like relationship where we were responsible for each other. Like I can't just
adultish.
I can't just take her home and and then the relationship's over.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she was a squirter, and it took nothing, and she used to ruin like my sheets and stuff. Like it was kind of annoying, but it took nothing. It took nothing.
Sure, it hurt your ego.
Huh? Well, your ego, man. Like you have this as your ego. Like if it's just somebody you just messing with, like whatever, But I'm trying to tell you, as a grown man, you only got 2 sheets.
Oh well, the nuisance of it.
Yeah,
sure.
but yeah. I was gonna say So literally, I could tap her, and she would just. Deliver.
Okay.
So
deliver.
No, it's just like it was like creep, like but I just be thinking like, like I realize everybody's different.
Yeah, they have their own. They have their whatever like turns them on, their own erogenous zones and all that bullshit.
Yeah. And so and then sexperts, like, what qualifies you as a sexpert? Like just being in an orgy a few times. Like what is
that's the thing about these sexperts. What does like Dr. Drew's a sexpert? Why? Because he's a psychologist. It's like I don't know. I would trust sex tips from. A porn star more than I would this sexpert.
Yeah.
Because they fuck all day.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about sex, you ain't doing it.
You gonna tell Ron Jeremy where there's no such thing as G-Spike? Like,
get that bullshit out of here.
Rest in peace. No, I'm kidding. He's in prison.
That's right.
He's in prison.
Do you think squirt is piss?
So, okay, do I believe? And that's the thing I was going to talk about, because you talk about research.
That's a topic we need to touch on.
You talk about research, and yeah, exactly, we should, because I think
nobody knows the answer to that.
They don't know where it comes from. They don't know what organ delivers. Yeah, I mean, other than the bladder. So,
other than it being piss, they don't really know what it is.
But me and my ex got into an argument over that.
The one who squirts, or just
because I didn't mind it, but we were laying in it. I'm just like, yo, I'm cold. It's time to get up. I was like, yo, I gotta get this up. And she be like, it's like you pissed all on this, and then you just want to lay in here. And I'm like, get up, like so I can change the sheets. She's like, it's not piss. I'm like, it has the properties of piss scientifically. Anyway,
you start putting some sawdust down on it and shit like a janitor. Trying to sop it up.
Yeah, you put it in rice. Thaw it out. but yeah, basically, I made sure every woman after
pussy and rice, hey girl, fix that shit's broken.
On the internet they have red flags.
Yeah,
like squirting is a red flag for me for a relationship.
Why is that a red flag?
I'm not cleaning up piss no more at this point in my life, man.
But see. They don't all squirt that much. I mean, this girl seems like a real gusher.
Maybe. I mean, I'm traumatized. We call it fire hydrant.
I'm devastated. No. I'm devastated by this. Here's another question. Actually, I asked my podcast guest last week, and I actually want to start asking other comics this, because I saw a like one of those man on the street things, and this guy was going around asking someone, "Would you date you?" And everyone answered it.
Go ahead.
How would you date you?
Yeah. I actually, for me, I've always thought like that. Most people don't think like that.
What is with everyone thinking they would date themselves?
Yeah,
100% of the people ask that question. Yeah, I would date me. And he said, why? He's like, oh, I'm funny, I'm charming, I'm goal oriented, whatever. People give their bullshit answers with the canned answers. Why? Because I wouldn't date me. At least I'm honest about it. But I feel like do you honestly think that, or are you just conditioned to believe that?
I think people go into relationships with different goals and stuff,
Okay.
But mine has always been like, what would I do to me in this? You know what I mean? But a lot of women do not operate like that, and that's why I ask people all the time.
Okay, so you're saying from the aspect of how would you want to be? You would ask the question, how would you want to be treated?
Yeah. That's how I go into. But a lot of people, when they, whenever people present me with a relationship problem, I'm like, well, would you date you? Like, would you put up with that? But with me, and it's simply for this reason. I shouldn't say relationship. Dating wise.
Oh yeah, dating
wise.
Relationship wise, you corner yourself with.
Well, I'm in a relationship that's technically successful, but
technically, why do you say it like that? Hang on,
because it hasn't ended yet. So let's.
Okay.
But
to be honest, it's still going on.
But because I am lazy. If you got 2 lazy people who just want to be around each other and do nothing else. You know what I mean? Yes, I would date the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? But you're in a relationship where it requires effort. You have to work.
Yeah.
And I'm in a relationship where I have to work.
All right. How long have you been dating your gal?
Oh, man, bro, you don't ask me that on camera.
All right.
No, I felt about 5. I think 5.
Is this like a serious thing?
I just got engaged.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, we buried the lead. Congratulations, Jeremy. Are you guys like gonna set a date, or are you just like casually doing the engagement?
We don't have a date yet, but preferably this year. But we'll see.
Oh, you can get it done right away, huh? She get her pregnant? Is that what's going on?
No. You know what's funny is I
because that's the first thought.
Right. I never imagined it going this smoothly. I'll be honest with you. I thought
really?
for sure. I come look with the family I come from, bro.
That's a good point.
Like I'm used to like no, it's mine. I gotta keep it.
Yeah. All right. Last thing I wanted to bring up, and I saw this headline because I wanted to get your take on Joe Biden because I know you're a little bit of a political guy, not crazy, but and this is why I don't like him. This is the reason why I wasn't a fan of his to begin with. The House votes to legalize marijuana to take it off Schedule 1, but he is in opposition to it still.
Still,
he is in opposition to it, and I wonder how do they square that circle with this guy? Because he's seen. I mean, obviously, he's better than the other option we had. I will say that, in my opinion, my personal opinion.
Of course, yeah.
You'd rather take a guy who's asleep at the wheel than one who's driving it off a cliff. But how is he so far behind on this one? Because I feel like this is one item that the left can take as a freedom. Like, hey, we should have the freedom to smoke weed if we want, just like we have freedom to drink liquor or smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, he honestly, he should be for it. And the biggest reason why is because of that whole 3-strike thing. That was his thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking at Joe Biden now like he's some nice old
crime
guy.
bill.
Dude, YouTube Joe Biden in the 90s. He was the most, he was on some like rich white guy shit like Trump was.
Yeah.
Putting his foot on, possession and all that shit, bro. They need to right that wrong first, really, before we talk about legalization. But I believe my instinct is telling me that there's some monetary benefit or something else going on.
There's some monetary reason why he's not doing it.
That's my instinct.
Pfizer and so and Merck don't want this to be legal because it might help with pain meds or whatever else, and he's kicking back.
And it's going to be legal. I think it's just holding out for the right amount or something like that. But Joe Biden, of all people, and I'm tell you guys, just look at who he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to just play videos of who he was and just have him answer for it today. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people accredit that to Hillary and Bill, but Joe Biden stood up actually in a legal situation. He was saying like, "Yo, that's my bill."
He wrote the 94 crime bill.
Yeah, he said that's me. So and you talk about all these people who are in jail for this thing that they're about to legalize.
Yeah, I will say that's probably one thing I feel like the Black Lives Matter movement whiffed on or hasn't really engaged in, that could have done better. That would do more for the Black community than anything else. If you just end the war on drugs. The war on drugs is just devastating. All minority communities, any poor community, is subject to this 94 crime bill and the war on drugs and mandatory minimum sentencing, and the $100 billion a year spent on crime enforcement, and losing $100 billion in revenue from legalizing just marijuana. I mean, just the tax revenue from marijuana. And if you legalize all that drugs, just marijuana is like $100 billion a year. So it seems to me that ending that would do a lot more for helping out minority communities than anything else. Like it seems to be like an easy one to fix. That is a mega. That is like a huge oppressive factor. That's why half the fucking prison population is Black and brown people. More than half. Like it's because these fucking draconian sentencing laws. Like if you had all these men back on the street, they'd be voting, they'd be working, they'd be contributing to society in some way.
Yeah, but once again, it's something else. It's the system is works for them, or it has worked. And it just takes certain people getting out of place. I mean, just like they finally announced that they're gonna stop making gas powered vehicles in the year 1935. Sorry, 1935. I'm tired, y'all.
2035.
20. Yeah, I just got back from 16-hour drive. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
But 2035, and but it took, like, we could have been moved on to electricity, but it just took certain people who certain billionaires who own everything. Like, you own fucking oil itself. They're like, I'm not giving up all this power and money just because
what do you own?
Save
the
the
wind?
economy.
I own the wind.
Yeah.
I don't know that was for sale.
Yeah. So, when I look at stuff like that, it's just about those people moving on, dying, or putting their money in other places. There's no way I could look at the community that it affects and think like, oh, because you mentioned Black Lives Matter.
I'm not saying that they're not doing anything about it. I'm saying that removing like if they put that in their platform as pulling back on those laws, that would be something actionable that would make a market difference.
You're absolutely right. I just think their agenda was spread
pretty thin.
And I just say the one thing that they had to come together on was like at least just stop shooting, like killing people in the street for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely feel like that would have been a really good one. And it's really, I think that's where my focus is starting to move on to, because I really am confused about the whole legalization of marijuana and not doing anything about people in jail for possession.
Yeah, dude.
And that's that first.
Well, that's part of the problem. Some of these guys are nonviolent criminals. Like violent crimes, I can understand why you want them away from society because it can harm somebody.
Yeah.
But if you're selling weed, you're just broke. Yeah. like if you were a fucking airline pilot and we're making $95,000 a year, you wouldn't be selling dope. Yeah. But you're selling dope because you can't get the job. Yeah. Like it's just basic supply and demand. Yeah. So it's not and of course I feel like you can reform that kind of criminal mind where it's just a property crime, as opposed to someone who's who likes beating up women. Like that guy's a serial abuser. That guy's a problem.
Absolutely.
Whereas a guy who's just selling dope is broke. Like
I just feel like there should be something. I don't have the answer for it, but I feel like there should be something for that, especially because once they fully legalize it, you about to see Marlboro Green and I'm for real, bro. You about to see all these tobacco companies switch to weed companies like that.
Yeah, well, they already tobacco companies already own all the vape pens, and vape is selling. They're selling more vape pens now than they ever did cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe it. It's probably just like was Coors Light and Blue Moon and all that shit.
Oh yeah, Coors. Yeah, they're all into the hard seltzers now.
Mm-hmm.
They're tricking you on that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I got, bud. Appreciate you doing this.
Real quick, if I want to make it because I know you got to edit it.
Please, no, I'm not. I don't barely edit, son. Please, all your fucking credits, whatever you want to push. Promote.
JeremyScippio.com, SCIPPIO, Sociopath, my comedy album, stream it everywhere.
I'll post clips of that when I post this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I just want to say, first of all, Uncle Randy Humor.
Oh, thank you.
Dog, there's a few people that organically catch me on social media, Instagram. I think he has the funniest. Would I say Instagram or would that be Twitter?
Instagram? That's where I do
Instagram.
It.
Yeah, like because I never intend to laugh at that stuff. I zoom right past it. I'm just being nosy, and he stops me. There's a couple others, but yo, straight up, bro. I told you that from the moment I was like, yo, this shit.
I know.
Shit's funny.
It's been fun, but it's got me I'm in a deep shadow ban right now.
Really?
Well, because you
earned it.
Yeah. I feel like the jokes are good. My favorite jokes that I post are ones that have more shares than likes.
Yeah.
Because that means people don't want to like it publicly, but they want to send it to their friends.
Yeah.
That means I really touched a thread.
Yeah, bro.
Those are my favorites. I aim for those.
Yeah, it's like you mastered it, and I feel like everybody sets out to master this system, and they go, I can't do this. And you did it with words.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's why I had him on, because I wanted to wash my balls at the end of the podcast.
Even my mom was like, yo, why are you kissing his ass?
I remember one time we were at a show, and it's like, why are you telling this man all this bullshit? Why saying he's funny, Ma? So shout out to Jeremy Scippio's mom. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you doing this, man. Thanks so much. All right, check him out, JeremyScippio.com. Follow him on Instagram at
Jeremy Comedy.
At Jeremy Comedy. All right, guys, that's it for this one. We'll check you next week. Peace.
Yeah.